Hello, this is Giselle Gamby from the Intuitive Pull podcast. We are now in season 5 as we are on the home run for 2024. The next episodes will be daily episodes until the 31st of December 2024, all dedicated to you coming to full and complete resolution around the places within you and the places in your life that are unresolved. Here I am again, episode 4, as part of this series where I am so committed to supporting you to bring what has been unresolved to complete resolution and freedom. I hope things have been stirring for you. I hope that you have been provoked. I hope that you have been agitated and disturbed. I say that with all the love and care in the world. And I hope that maybe, some pennies are beginning to drop for you. So in this episode, I want to talk to you about something that actually made me really sad when I became present to this. I talked to you already about the walk that I had last Monday when I was acknowledging how good I feel. Actually, I've never felt this good. That's the truth. I've never felt this good. And I've never felt this present. I've never felt this intuitive. I've never felt this clear. I've never felt so full of energy. And I don't think I've ever felt so full of commitment, actually, that I do now, such that I would be sharing a podcast with you every single day until the 24th, until the 31st of December this year. So when I was pondering that and just really being in so much gratitude to that, which is the consequence of bringing all those places within me across several subject matters that were unresolved and had been unresolved for a long time to full resolution and completion, I then became sad. And the sadness was about the truth that when I was unresolved, thinking that I was bringing resolution to these subject matters, but actually I wasn't, what was happening was that whilst I was unresolved, what I consider to be my superpowers, which are the ability to live life from presence and intuition, that I was tempering those states of being. And I was also at times disconnecting, not very often, but at times disconnecting from those states of being. And I actually became really sad at that thought. And it was like, why would I disconnect from my superpowers? Presence is not something that I have to think about being. It's not something that I have to diarize. It's not something that I have to go and give myself a boot camp on. That makes me laugh. Nor is my intuition. It's who I am. And I'm very, very aware that not everybody lives from this state of presence and intuition that I do. And, I have spoken about this a million times on this podcast. It is the reason why I have experienced happiness in my life. It's the reason why my business is successful. It's the reason why so much amazingness happens in my business. It's the reason why the standard of measurement that I have with the clients that I work with is nothing but miracles. It's nothing to do with anything I do on the outside. All the things that we're taught to do on the outside to scale up and, to have a consistent number of leads and blah, 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 blah. It makes me want to vomit. All of that success is not to do with any of that. All of that success And all of those miracles are to do with the level of presence that I have and the level of intuition that I have. Yet, when I was defending myself and cajoling myself and moving around the furniture and not really facing into what needed to be resolved, therefore not bringing resolution to those repeated cycles of unhappiness, momentary unhappiness, I should say, I was tempering and at times disconnecting from this gift, this God-given gift that I have. I feel that everybody has this gift, by the way. It's just that I seem to have remembered it more easily than others, this gift of presence and intuition and this gift of being able to connect to myself and with others, that I tempered it and disconnected from it. And that is really sad. It's really, really sad. I mentioned that to somebody on Thursday, and just as sharing as part of my process. And afterwards, she said to me, I want to talk to you about that because it's made me realize that that I do the same. And in fact, we then had a conversation about that. And not only did she admit that she does the same, but she also became honest in that moment and said sometimes she doesn't even know what her superpowers are. And that was absolute bullshit. Can I tell you that? Because this person has incredible superpowers. Those superpowers are reflected back to her very often. And she actually lives from these superpowers and has created so much from these superpowers. Yet when she is in her unresolved relationship with herself, she then goes and tells herself absolute bullshit that she doesn't know what her superpowers are. Now, that's actually the work that needs to be done in relation to her. I said to her, there was this energy that I could feel when she said, I don't even know what my superpowers are. And I'm like going, fucking bullshit. There was this energy that I could feel. And I said, let me just presence this energy. I don't have the words for it yet. And then I got it. And it was, there's this petulance and there's this indignation around not wanting to know what her superpowers are. And I say this because I know you'll listen to this or watch this episode. I say this with absolute love. And actually, it was that conversation that had her say to me, I actually want to work with you in the way that, in this new way that I've found. As I said to you on the last podcast, I have a way of working with people one-on-one, recognizing that we are in November and December's coming up and January's coming up and we have holidays coming up. And so, yay, we begin next Thursday. So deeply grateful that she went to the place that was needed to bring about complete resolution, which is humility, humility, humility. So the purpose of me recording this episode today is to let you know that when we are in that unresolved relationship with ourselves, we are tempering or disconnecting from our superpowers. Now, sometimes we know what those superpowers are, and we still decide to temper and disconnect. Sometimes, like my friend, is indignant and petulant and says to herself, I don't even know what my superpowers are. And I say, sorry to swear, but fucking bullshit. And sometimes we actually don't know what they are. And that's the truth. And then if we go to a place of humility and get to the bottom of what actually is the nature of our unresolved relationship with ourselves, well, then we come into a different relationship with ourselves. And because of what I said to you on the last podcast episode, when we're really deciding to bring resolution about such that, that pinnacle that I mentioned is that we are feeling so good about ourselves. Why would we ever not want to feel this way? That's the pinnacle. Well, we are creating change around our identity at a fundamental level. And that change that's happening at a fundamental level is now allowing ourselves to experience a version of ourselves that is beyond the version that we were attached to that was predictable. And we are becoming renewed. We are becoming renewed. There's a rebirth that is happening. And we are meeting another version of ourselves, like I am at the moment. Now, it doesn't mean that this other version of myself means that I'm going to have a complete life change. Not for me, but I am experiencing a level of wholeness and embodiment that I've not experienced before until now. And yes, for some people, it might mean a whole complete life change. It could mean that. Reminding you that I am running a masterclass this Sunday, the 24th of November, Sydney time, from 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. I will be running the same masterclass again the following day on Monday, the 25th of November, from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. To 12 p.m. Beg your pardon, Sydney time. This masterclass, as opposed to the recent one that I did around my best year yet, will not be recorded. It will be recorded for me, but it won't be recorded such that it goes out to people. It will not go out on replay. It will not go out on this podcast. You have to attend live. And the reason why I want you to attend live, because I want you to be in the energy of it, and I want you to be provoked. I want you to be agitated. I want you to be disturbed, because it's what's necessary to bring you to a place of humility. And that masterclass, the details of that masterclass will be in the show notes, so you can register for which day you want to attend. The masterclass is Aussie $99. Again, you'll be able to make that payment through the registration link in these show notes. Now, if you know that you want one-on-one work, and maybe you have already gone to that place of humility, maybe you already know that there's nothing else to do, there are no more words to use, there's no more resolving, there's no more cajoling, there are just no more words to be used, and you're at that place where you're ready to get on your knees. Maybe you're already on your knees and you know that one-on-one work is the only place to go, and you know that you can no longer wait. Well, message me and let's talk. See you next time. Bye.